Hey, so I just wanted to make a video. I know I haven't made one in a long time, but so this one here is kind of like a little bit of a personal thing for me, but kind of not. So this video is made. I'm making this because there's a YouTuber that is dying of cancer. He's in hospice right now. He had a couple of strokes. Some of y'all might know him as Barczyk, and I just kind of want to let everybody know what he is. Even though he doesn't know me, I don't know him personally. I just know him from the Reptarium that he owns up in Michigan. He's, like I said, he was just recently diagnosed about a year ago with pancreatic cancer, and they recently, within the past week or so, they put him on hospice. He's at home, he's with his family, and I'm taking this kind of hard because I've been following his channel for many years. Even though you don't really know a person, but when you kind of in a situation such as this, like YouTube and stuff like that, and the other platforms, you kind of really do get a somewhat close, although one-sided. You get kind of you get a little bit of a look into their life. So one thing I've noticed or I've learned over the past several years of listening to him, watching his videos and stuff like that, his vlogs and, the live streams and stuff like that, is that he's very, very, very passionate about everything that he does. The man loves animals. I call him the American Steve Irwin. And he taught me that specific animals and stuff, like snakes, certain snakes, are not what they're portrayed to be. Like my favorite snakes, one of my favorite snakes is a green anaconda, and I wanted one, but I was always afraid because I watched the movie, as probably some of us did, and it painted a terrifying picture. Now, am I saying that they're like that in real life? I don't know, but Brian has several green anacondas, and they get aggressive. Everything gets food aggressive. Once you put food into the picture, all bets are off that, something's not going to go right. So you get a hungry animal, and obviously it's going to be a little bit, ornery. But all in all, this guy gets into the enclosure, and Ivy is the biggest green anaconda. She's huge, and absolutely gorgeous. Some of y'all might not like snakes, and that is and that's cool. I'm not gonna judge you, but I just ask that you don't judge me for liking snakes. But he's also taught me that they're not docile by any means, but they're nothing like the movies portray them to be. That they'll just attack you out of the clear. Could they? Anything can. People talk about pit bulls and stuff like that, and it's like, you ever met a Chihuahua? There you go. But he also has two alligators, and I believe they're sister alligators. One of them is oddly enough, they're salt and pepper. One of them is a melanistic alligator, so she's predominantly black, and the other one's an albino who was salt, and she was absolutely my favorite one because the pink eyes thing. I mean, I have an albino comet goldfish, so I mean, I saw the pink eyes and stuff like that. I was like, oh, these are cool, and you see anything with albinism, and it's just so cool, or even being leucistic, which is kind of being an albino without the red or pink eyes. And leucistic is just the absence of pigment, and melanism, or I think this is how you would pronounce it, is abundance of pigment, I guess you would say. And that was something else I learned from him about leucistic and melanistic. So he branched out from just having snakes and having a reptarium, and he started off with a small spot in like a basement of like his house or something like that, and now he started off with BHP, and I'm or BHB, I can't remember. It's probably Brian H. Barczyk or whatever like that. And that's where he keeps like the smaller snakes, or what they call colubrids. And that's like more of your king snakes, milk snakes, and stuff like that. And one of my favorite things that I always used to love was the time of the year where you get the clutches of eggs. And he had this he would go and cut open the eggs and see what he got, and seeing if he's getting all these different morphs, like pied and all this other stuff, and it was just really, really cool to see all these different types of snakes. And I was telling my wife, I was like, he would be the only person I'd ever buy a reptile from, whether a snake or even some sort of gecko or a beardy, aka bearded dragon. They just call him beardy. But he's probably got days left, and he's got it. They just they're soon is going to be opening. It's the Legacy aquarium, and it's not spelled as the regular Legacy. It's spelled Legasea, because it's going to have like all these different animals, like the animals that he has over at the Reptarium. Some of them are being moved over to the Legacy, and he's also going to have saltwater creatures, sharks and what have you. It's just going to be massive. And I told my wife last night after I watched his goodbye video, and I said, it's now my mission to get to Michigan and to go to help Brian and his family live his dream, or their dream. So I just wanted to let people know, and that I doubt anybody in the Reptarium crew, or Brian's wife, or her son, or their son Noah, will ever see this. But I just want people to know what he meant to me. There was a long time where I was fighting, my own depression. I'm not diagnosed depressive or anything like that, but I was going through a very depressed stage in my life, and he was my, I guess you would say, outlet for it. So I just want to let everybody know that Brian, your family, and everybody at the Reptarium, you're all in my thoughts and prayers. And I love you for being able to, for being the animal, for being the animal ambassador that you are, because your animals that you have in your reptarium are not just animals. They're not pets or nothing like that. You call them animal ambassadors because they're there for educational purposes. And you've gotten a lot of crap over the years, for, oh, you shouldn't keep this animal as a pet, da 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 da. And they're animal ambassadors, and they're there to educate people. And you are a wealth of knowledge, and I hope that that was able to be passed down, to I know your son is there, and Lori is there, and you got a fantastic and amazing crew that I've grown attached to, and I hope to one day be able to get out there to meet them all. I wish I was going to be able to meet you, but like I said in one of the videos, your goodbye video, actually, and again, I know you're not going to see this, but it's not goodbye, it's see you later. So with that being said, I'm going to end this because I mean, it's been an emotional time. I bawled my eyes out yesterday in that video. So you might ask, well, why are you crying for a person you don't know or don't know you? It's like, that's not the point. The point of the matter is I'm a human being, and I just wanted to show my support, my respect, and my love and admiration towards Brian Barczyk and his family. So with that said, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And don't forget to hug your kids. Much love.